year 2020 has brought us a pandemic that has been sweeping the world, devastating businesses, nations, and global economies, as well as the lives of thousands. It has kept more than 300 million confined to their homes in America alone. While major attempts have been made to connect people during this crisis, they remain largely ignorant of events happening outside their walls, in the cities and neighborhoods. Found suddenly with excessive amounts of free time, many Americans sit in front of a television or a phone screen for hours at a time. They watch the news, becoming increasingly anxious. Or they watch their favorite shows on TV, becoming increasingly addicted to imagined or fake reality. Due to the mandates of social distancing, many connections have been lost or digitized. Sports events have been postponed and delayed until they were inevitably canceled. This global pandemic has highlighted a pandemic that has been sweeping the world long before COVID-19 existed. I call it instant gratification. The most common form of instant gratification manifests itself through television and phone screens. Snapchat, Instagram, Netflix, and Fortnite, and various other entertainment platforms have infected our daily lives. Is this sedentary lifestyle the type of life that America's forefathers imagined? Is this the type of lifestyle that our soldiers, have fought to protect for over 2 centuries? No. There are many problems inherent with excessive screen time, and many of these can be clearly seen by studying adolescents. To clarify, adolescents are between the ages of 2 and 17, and screen time includes television, social media, phones, and gaming platforms. In 2018, the University of Georgia and the San Diego State University published a study on the association of screen time and psychological well-being. According to them, only 1 hour of screen time per day led to side effects of kids being less curious, having lower self-control, less emotional stability, higher inability to finish jobs, difficulty making friends, and were harder to care for. More screen time increased these effects. Screen time has also been linked to poor health conditions such as obesity and mood disorders. According to the MARR Addiction Treatment Center, these are all symptoms of addiction. Video games in particular have been shown to be addictive. The World Health Organization recognizes this as, quote, gaming disorder. Video games and other social media platforms alter the brain in similar ways as addictive drugs, says the New York Times. What's the real issue here? Despite, quote, social media, social connections are being lost. What happens is, kids spend a lot of time on their phones or on the TV at a young age. And then when they're older, they don't have the emotional bonds to physical people that they should. Then, when things get hard, they turn to their phone to cope instead of turning to a real physical person. This is true even if they are using their phone to get in touch with actual people. It is still through a screen, so the bond is still to the phone. They are getting emotionally desensitized to other people. So what can we do? Despite my claims here, modern technology is a great tool and cannot be ignored. Even now, I'm talking to you through a screen. Social media has, in the past, enabled people to maintain relationships despite great distance, and today is allowing many to maintain local relationships where distance is irrelevant due to quarantine, and continue their education despite great barriers. There are good things about technology that some would use to negate my claims. To further illustrate my point, I'm going to tell you about my little brother Oliver. Oliver is a 14-year-old young man with Down syndrome. His whole life, he has experienced a huge disability and speech barrier that has blocked him from fully experiencing life. He has many fears, some of which don't make sense to other people. However, my diligent mother and my family has been constantly involved. At crucial developmental points, he received constant physical and mental stimulus that he was unable to get on his own. Through his life, technology has been used to connect him with professionals who train him to use his mouth so that people can understand him. Technology was used to push him forward, and his media consumption was limited. Today, he can speak, read, and write better than most people with his condition. He used to be terrified of water, and we could hardly get him into it. But by being with his family on the water and being repeatedly exposed to this challenge, he developed a great love of swimming and has even passed the BSA swim test. He used to be terrified of high places, to the point where he would crawl on the floor across the gap between the elevator and the ground. But through encouragement from his family and through the examples of his older brothers, he climbed a 40-foot tower and had an awesome time ziplining down. Oliver loves his family, and his family loves him. He is an awesome example of using social and family connections and technology to overcome challenges. I challenge you all to be a little more like Oliver. In this period of social distancing, reach out to your family and strengthen your bonds. Use technology to redirect your life. Find something that interests you and yours. Maybe it's woodworking. Maybe it's art or writing. Maybe you've always wanted to make music. Go outside and take in the sunshine. When you stop wasting your time and your life on fake connections, the possible ways to find fulfillment are endless. What will you accomplish?